A quiet town, a picture-perfect family, a secret that spiraled into an unthinkable act. This is a story not of monsters, but of immense pressure, devastating choices, and a tragedy that has left an entire community searching for answers, and a young child alone. Welcome to Romance and Blood TV. Before we begin, we must issue a content warning. Today's video discusses themes of murder, suicide, financial crime, and terminal illness. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Our aim is not to sensationalize, but to understand the complex series of events that led to this heartbreaking outcome. The date was Sunday, August 18, 2025, in the small town of Madbury, New Hampshire. A quiet Sunday was shattered by a grisly discovery. Police were called to a home where they found the bodies of an entire family. The victims were 34-year-old Emily Long, her 48-year-old husband Ryan Long, and their two young sons, 8-year-old Parker and 6-year-old Ryan. In a detail that makes the tragedy even more painful, a third child, a toddler, was found in the home unharmed. The subsequent investigation by the New Hampshire Attorney General's office revealed that Ryan Long Sr. died from multiple gunshot wounds, and the two boys each died from a single gunshot. Their deaths were ruled homicides. Emily Long's death was ruled a suicide. As the investigation began, a picture of a family under unimaginable strain started to emerge. Friends, family, and the community knew the Longs as a typical family, but beneath the surface, two catastrophic crises were converging. The first crisis was a health emergency. Just a few months prior to the tragedy, Ryan Long, the father, had been diagnosed with brain cancer. Emily had spoken about this diagnosis publicly on her TikTok account, which was made private after the shootings. The emotional and financial toll of a terminal illness on a family is immense, but there was a second, secret crisis unfolding simultaneously, one of Emily's own making. Emily was the director of operations for Wing It's, a local chicken wing restaurant chain. She was described by the owner, Derek Fisher, as his number two, someone he worked with very closely and trusted implicitly. That trust was broken on Tuesday, June 18, 2025. On that day, Fisher and his bookkeeper discovered a devastating truth. A large number of checks from the Wing It's business accounts had been written out to Emily Long and deposited directly into her personal bank account. Fisher confronted Emily that same day, June 18th. He gave her a chance to explain and asked her to provide 3 months of her prior bank statements. She finally provided them on Monday, August 5, 2025. Fisher, suspecting they were falsified, took them to her bank. He told reporters that the bank told him the statements had been, quote, doctored and manipulated. He confronted Emily a second time and asked her to accompany him to the bank. She refused. In a show of surprising compassion, Fisher decided to give her time. He was aware of her husband's recent cancer diagnosis. They eventually agreed to meet at the bank to sort it out on Sunday, August 11, 2025. But on that agreed-upon day, Emily didn't show up. Instead, she sent Fisher a text message. According to Fisher, her text presented him with 3 options. She was resigning. She could stay on in a remote capacity, or he could terminate her. Feeling he had no other recourse, Derek Fisher went to the Hampton Police Department that very day, August 11, 2025, and filed a formal complaint accusing Emily Long of theft. Just 7 days after that police report was filed, the murder-suicide occurred. What happened in that final week between August 11th and August 18th remains known only to Emily. We can only piece together the immense pressure she must have felt. The looming police investigation into the embezzlement of over $660,000, the prospect of public shame, potential imprisonment, and the ongoing anguish of her husband's terminal illness. The Attorney General's office has been clear that a motive is still under investigation and that we should avoid reducing this tragedy to a single cause. It was likely a perfect storm of these unbearable stressors. It appears that in her mind, this was the only way out, a catastrophic and permanent solution to problems that felt insurmountable. The aftermath of this tragedy has been felt deeply. Wing It's posted a message on its Facebook page on Tuesday, August 20, 2025, writing, "Our hearts and prayers are with Emily Long's family during this incredibly challenging time. We are profoundly grief-stricken to hear of their loss. From all of us, we send our sincerest condolences." Derek Fisher told reporters he no longer seeks to recover the stolen money. He said, and I quote, "I feel like the child should get all those assets. That's the only fair thing, or what I feel is right." As with any modern tragedy, the story spread rapidly online, and almost immediately it became twisted by misinformation. A TikTok account under the handle @EmilyLong41 became the center of a widespread and disgusting hoax, falsely claiming to be Emily and spreading lies about the motive. This is a cruel reminder to always verify information from credible news sources and to never harass or speculate about victims and their families online. So how do we analyze such a senseless act? From a psychological standpoint, this case is a stark reminder of how isolation and shame can warp judgment. The fear of her secret being exposed, combined with the stress of being a caregiver, may have created a state of catastrophic thinking. Legally, the embezzlement case is suspended due to her death. The focus now shifts to the surviving toddler, who will grow up without their parents and siblings. The community of Madbury is left to mourn and wonder how this could happen in their midst. It's crucial to discuss the ethical dimensions here. Should Derek Fisher have gone to the police immediately, or was his compassion, knowing her husband was sick, the more human response? Could earlier mental health intervention have changed the outcome? These are questions with no easy answers. The story of Emily Long is not a simple true crime mystery. It is a profound human tragedy. It is a story of a woman who was a trusted employee, a wife to a dying man, and a mother to 3 young boys. It is also the story of a person who allegedly committed a serious crime, and then committed an even more serious act of violence. In the end, we are left with the memories of the victims, Ryan, Parker, and young Ryan. We are left with a survivor who must now navigate life without their family, and we are left with a warning about the devastating consequences that can unfold when pressure builds in silence and without an outlet for help. If this story has affected you, please know that help is always available. If you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of suicide or is in a crisis, please reach out to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 988 for support related to grief or coping with a loved one's illness. Please seek out local resources and professional help. Thank you for watching this difficult but important story. Please remember to be kind to one another. Check in on your friends, your family, and your neighbors. You never know what battles they may be fighting in silence. This is Romance and Blood TV. Remember to like, subscribe, and share your thoughtful reflections in the comments below.